story, you have to believe that the fights are real, because this is this guy's release. If you don't have that intensity of the fights, you don't believe the rest of the movie.
Left jab, right cross, boom. Larry, step up. Now you're going to throw the big left, boom. And then if you have to, you can do a low angle here where he just falls.
The censors were concerned about the Angel of Face, Edward Norton last fight, and so in an effort to appease them and not lose any of the impact of the scene, David restructured some of the hits. But I think the impact is stronger because you see less, but you hear more and see the reactions of some of the other people.
Brad Pitt threw himself into the world of Fight Club, undercutting his image as a handsome movie icon at every opportunity.
Brad is so aware of his stardom and the fascination people have with his looks that he played against that.
Oh, yeah!
Brad had a chipped tooth that had a crown on it, and he had it removed intentionally for the film. So that is really being serious about your art.
Tyler built himself an army.
You're the same decaying organic matter as everything else. We are the all-singing, all-dancing crap of the world. We are all part of the same compost heap.
Why was Tyler Durden building an army? For what greater good?
Pitt and Norton especially enjoyed the challenge of helping pull off Fight Club's biggest plot twist.
Why do people think that I'm you?
The revelation that Tyler Durden is a figment of the narrator's imagination.
Yeah.
Marla, it's me.
Have we ever done it?
You love me, you hate me. You show me a sensitive side, then you turn into a total ass. Is that a pretty accurate description of our relationship, Tyler?
Why didn't you just call me? Say my name.
Tyler Durden, Tyler Durden.
We had discussions in the very beginning as to whether or not it really would be two different actors and two different characters on the page.
Why would anyone possibly confuse you with me?
Because we're the same person.
That's right.
And looking back on it now, there wasn't really an option.
You were looking for a way to change your life. You could not do this on your own. All the ways you wish you could be, that's me.
We were always puzzling out that movie as we were going along. You know, we were trying to puzzle out the logic of it. I'm not listening to this. You are insane.
No, you're insane.
Fincher was really skillful in that. It was just the right selection of which scenes to shoot over again with only Edward Norton in a believable way that a person who's experiencing an hallucination would be able to experience those scenes without another person there.
Naturally, you're still wrestling with it, so sometimes you're still you.
We should do this again sometime.
Other times, you imagine yourself watching me.
If this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight.
Little by little, you're just letting yourself become Tyler Durden.
There are clues early on. There are these subliminal flashes where Ed Norton is talking and Brad Pitt appears over the shoulder.
By April of 1999, David Fincher was fine-tuning more than 1,500 reels of film footage to ready Fight Club for a July release. And that spring, Fox executives got their first look at what they hoped would be a provocative summer hit.
It's a rough assemblage, and everybody was a little shocked by it. It was an NC-17, that first cut.
I was completely just blown away, and I remember not being able to speak afterwards. It was everything that I'd hoped it could be.
Unfortunately, other studio executives were less than enthusiastic. But no one disagreed that Fight Club's complex story and disturbing themes would be a tough sell to a mainstream audience.
I remember being with Brad and saying, I think this is going to change the world. And he smiled and looked at me and said, look, it might not change the world, but it's certainly going to shake them up.
In April of 1999, as 20th Century Fox tackled the challenge of how to promote the upcoming release of Fight Club, the industry and America were sideswiped by horrifying news. In Littleton, Colorado, 2 teenage gunmen at Columbine High School had killed 13 classmates and teachers, plus themselves, in a burst of violence that shook the nation. Hollywood found itself under pressure for what many critics called its obsession with violence, and the makers of Fight Club were feeling the heat. as they struggled to find the right way to convey their movie's message.
This movie was a hot potato from day one once Columbine went down. We had a film that was called Fight Club, which made you the poster child, even though you're not. It's not one of those movies that just has comic book violence. And it's a movie of ideas, which people who want the downscale movie are going to be turned off by. So that idea doesn't work. And the people who want a smart movie aren't looking to go see movies about bare-fisted boxing, so you're kind of between a rock and a hard place. The overall marketing, I think, is a hodgepodge in the end.
When Fight Club opened on October 15th, 1999, responses ranged from passionate raves to furious denunciations.
Fight Club was the first easy target in terms of being a violent movie that was released after the shootings at Columbine. So I think that put it unfairly on the spot.
I can't let this happen.
The movie was attacked by people who never saw the movie, and they thought the movie was pro-violence, when in fact the message of the movie is anti-violence. Good self triumphs over the bad self.
Buildings are empty. Security, maintenance, all our people. We're not killing anyone, man. We're setting them free.
I'm listening to you. You're not even there.
Edward Norton, the narrator, realizes at some late point that this solution is worse than the problem, so he has to work against Tyler and stop it.
Wow! Wow! You are now firing a gun at your imaginary friend near 400 gallons of nitroglycerin!
It's not about taking your aggressions or your anger out on someone else. The further line of thought there is to just get in the ring, actually receive a punch, and see how you stand up, see how you come out on the other side.
Unfortunately, to the filmmaker's disappointment, debate over Fight Club did not translate into blockbuster box office. The movie grossed $37 million in its U.S. theatrical release.
I think the film sort of missed in terms of marketing. A lot of people didn't realize that it was funny. People thought it was a fight movie. So people didn't see the film and were still weighing in with criticism.
Among the film's strongest detractors was the owner of 20th Century Fox, News Corp chairman and publishing tycoon Rupert Murdoch.
Murdoch hated it, hated me, hated it, thought the movie was sick, thought I was sick for making it. It was the beginning of the end of me at Fox. I didn't particularly care because I made the movie I wanted to make.
But like the passionate cult it depicted in the film, Fight Club refused to surrender. The movie became an underground favorite and hotly championed topic.
Fight Club became one of the best sellers on DVD. People watched it in a more casual environment, less threatened environment.
Why?
And I think saw it for what the movie is. When it was all said and done, Fight Club made a profit, so I think we fulfilled everything we should have done. Made a great movie and made money.
Today, Fight Club continues to ignite a lively debate over its provocative, satirical, and disturbing look at social alienation and the violent impulses in all of us.
Why you want to put a gun to your head?
Not my head, Tyler. Our head.
It's an exaggeration of something that is very real. A numbness, a dulling out of everyday existence, materialism, which is all really a reflection of emptiness. So I think it reflects something real, but it did it in a grand manner.
My eyes are open. It's like watching a really long, epic dream that's both hilarious and terrifying.
So many people have come up to me since and said the film really spoke to me because it is about taking the risk and stop complaining, wake up, and start living the life you want.
You shot yourself?
Yes, but it's okay. Marla, look at me. I'm really okay. Everything's gonna be fine.
It was so entertaining. It was provocative, kind of an exclamation point on the end of the 20th century.
You met me at a very strange time in my life.